Happy Wednesday. Today is October the 31st. It is a Halloween night. I hope that you guys had a good night, whether you trick-or-treated or you didn't. I'm not the one to judge. Do your research and make the best decisions for your family. Since this is the last day for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, this is the last day. I just wanted to kind of share a little bit of information before we wrap up this month, being that cancer in general is very near and dear to my heart because it runs in my family. So I would be the one to go ahead and get a mammogram at 45 instead of 50. Okay, for more than 30 years, October has been Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Mammograms usually run about $150 per year. But do not let that scare you away from not being able to get a mammogram, because many people donate to this cause, and it is called National Mammography Program. And they have provided over 305,000 mammograms all across the country to people who cannot afford a yearly mammogram. And we all know that the earlier the detection, the greater the survival rate. And so it is just very important to check. Know once you hit that age, go ahead and get your yearly mammograms done. It's very important. A myth that I wanted to say about breast cancer is that only women can get it. That is false. And I know in my last video I said, ladies, check your breasts. But I also want to say that men can get breast cancer also. But because it is not widely talked about or talked about as much as far as breast cancer in men, by the time a man will find out that he has breast cancer, the mortality rate is a lot higher, because by then it is usually too late. So for the men, the mortality rate is a lot higher, because by the time they find out, you're at stage 4 and it's really usually too late. So men need to also check too and go ahead and get your mammograms, because the myth is that only women can get it, and that is false. Another myth is deodorant causes breast cancer. That is absolutely false. I've done some research and I've been looking up some things, some myths and things of that nature. Breast cancer and deodorant are not directly linked together. So that is also a myth. Now that that's out the way, what did I want to talk about today? I know I wanted to talk about breast cancer. I wanted to talk about what it is like to be a mother with a special needs child. As you guys know, I don't know if you know or not, and I also wanted to say thank you guys for subscribing. I'm at like 60 something subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much. God bless you. So as you guys know, or I don't know if you know, I have a son who was born with something called Digeorge syndrome. At conception, when he was being created, a part of his 22nd chromosome is missing, which causes him to have a lot of heart defects. He is, what can I say? He has developmental delays. He was born without a thymus. His immune system is very compromised, so he gets sick a lot. He was born with a feeding tube. He's had 6 surgeries, 1 open heart surgery, and another to come, maybe. I don't know, but I'm believing that the Lord is going to work that out and we will not have to go through that again. But I don't know, you guys. It is like very tough being a mom with special needs. Although my son is not in a wheelchair, he does not have cerebral palsy, and he's not on the end as far as extreme special needs, but he is very emotional. throws like disciplinary. And because I don't know where he is mentally and developmentally, I can't just deal with him like I would my normal babies growing up. He's been off of the feeding tube for about a year, but because of that, he does choke. Just trying to get used to eating and feeding and stuff like that. So there's an occupational therapist that comes inside the home. There is a rehabilitation therapist because he didn't walk till he was well after a year old. There is a rehabilitation, so he goes to Flips Gymnastics now that he's advanced a little bit, and they teach him, you know, how to crawl, not how to crawl, but how to kind of pull up and use your legs, and just teaching him strength wise and how to be cognitive and using arms, legs, feet, you know, everything all together, because his mind it overworks itself. So he tends to get frustrated. He is very sensitive to sudden loud noises. It freaks him out. He tends to go into a shell and kind of, you know, duck himself or hide himself. He, like I said, he's very emotional. He's very needy. You have to literally watch him 24/7. Although he is a joy, he has his things. Like right now, he opens the drawers and just dumps out all the clothes. It's like something that makes him feel good. I don't know what it is, but when he opens those drawers and pull out those clothes, it's like a common feeling. He'll make a little place on the ground and he's pulling them out. Right now, he is nonverbal. He will be 2 on Thanksgiving, November 22nd. He is nonverbal. So starting Friday, there's gonna be, it's called early intervention. You know, when you have a special needs child, they have early intervention come in and try to help your child along and get them as far along, you know, as they can be before they start school. So come Friday, there's a speech therapist that's gonna come in and start working with him, and I've been doing the best that I can as far as like trying to teach him like words and just working with him. But being the mother of a special needs child is so overwhelming. It is, I feel like I'm on overload. I've never experienced anxiety until after I had my son. So now that he's here with all the need and care that he had, and you can even watch the video, one of my videos where I talk all about his needs and surgeries and all that stuff. So with all of that, I have anxiety. You know, he has a problem within his heart. He has many different problems. There's narrowing of the arteries and all of this stuff. So the heart doctor, you know, keeps an eye on him and watches him and all of that. But what I need to say is I'm a lot more sensitive to parents with special needs. Sometimes we'll go out and we're in public and he will just literally throw a fit. It's like he has to have what he wants and what he's desiring at that very moment, or else it'll just throw everything off. And it's just like, it can be very embarrassing. A lot of people tend to look and stare and point. And it is just, it's overwhelming. It is so overwhelming. He has behaviors, a lot of different behaviors that he's experiencing now. And some of the people are working with me, because normally I will be like, boop, 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 pop, pop, get your tail in there and go, go, go. But because of his, developmental delay, I cannot discipline him like that. You know, I think he understands, but to a certain extent. So I am like, I don't know, it's very new to me. I am stressed a lot. Just because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on all the time. And I know that most of my attention and detailed attention is towards TJ. You know, and I have my other girls, but now he's in a program called The Rave. It's where he goes from either 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and they go, and there's this facility specifically designed for special needs kids. And he had his first time there last week on Thursday. And it just felt so good to be able to just take the girls where they needed to go without having to, get him, deal with him, because now that it's getting very, very cold, he's already gotten over a cold just now, so he gets sick quite often. So it just felt so good to have him in a safe place with skilled professionals that deals with, his kind, special needs kids, and it felt really, really good. So now that he's in that program, I'm so excited. He has a couple of other days coming up. I think he goes this weekend from 10 to 1, and I want to go to the movies. I'm gonna get dressed up really nice and just go and enjoy myself at the movies. I think my husband works, so I don't know, I'll go by myself or either drag my best friend. And then there'll be a few other days that he goes where I can spend individual time with my babies, my big girls, just to let them know that I appreciate them, because they help me out so much. I could not do this on my own. My husband works, so we're not even counting him as help, because he is always at work. And then when he's not at work, he's resting up to get ready to go to the next shift. So majority hands-on with this baby is me and my 2 girls. I could not do this without them. And, there are moments, I don't really cry often, but there are moments where I'm just like, I feel like so compacted, like overload, heart doctor, this, therapist, everything is on a schedule, everything is timed, everything is go, 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 go. And there are some days where I am just literally so exhausted to where I'm just like, how am I even doing it? But I know how I'm doing it. I'm doing it by the grace of God, and he strengthens me every single day. So if there are any mothers out there who, and my sister, oh my goodness, I have a nephew who is autism. I think it's autism with mild mental retardation. So, he doesn't go to the bathroom and he's not speaking and all that. So her situation will be far more than my situation. But I do know that we experience the outburst now because he is nonverbal. So there's a lot of squealing. There's a lot of noise making. There's a lot of, him trying to communicate to us what he wants, and we're trying to figure out, okay, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, you don't really know. So it's all of that. So, that's where all the stares and stuff come into play, because you're just like trying to figure it out, like, what is it, what, and trying to teach him how to point and all that stuff. So things are difficult, and I could not imagine doing this on my own. Yes, I have my babies who help me out, and now these wonderful programs that Reno offers here that is going to give me a break, and I am so, so thankful. But being a mom to a special needs kid is very, very trying, and I know that without my Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior, there's no way I could do it. There's no way. It's so stressful. It's very tense. It's very emotional. When you look on Facebook and you see other kids around the same age and they're talking and saying numbers, and, it makes you feel a certain way. I don't feel jealous, but I feel like, oh, wow, I'll be glad when my baby is doing that, or, I can't wait to hear my baby say a word, or, just certain things that you crave in your child. And we've been sowing seeds, and I just believe that God is going to do it for him in his own timing. And I just believe that we all have to stay in our own lane with our situations and our circumstances, knowing that they're ours, and we can't look at other people and what they have going on, determining, oh, well, I wish this or I wish that. No, God has equipped you. He has given you everything that you need to get through your situation. He's giving you everything. Whatever that situation is and whatever decisions that you decide to make, the Lord has already equipped you. You are ready. You are built. You can do this. And I know a lot of times it feels like you can't. There are some days where this house is a wreck. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start vlogging. I'm looking at my living room right now. It's toys, a pamper box where he comes, he throws his stuff. When he's done with something, he's throwing it. He has his behaviors. And sometimes I'm just like, I'm so exhausted from picking up after him all day. I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. I'll wash the dishes, make sure the dishes and stuff is clean in the sink. But other than that, all this stuff on the floor, I'll leave it. And I said, I need to start vlogging this type of stuff so that people can see. Every time I cut on this camera, this house is not sparkling clean. I'm in a little bitty square right here to where you can't see anything. And like, people need to see realness. They need to see authenticity. You know, a lot of times people, you get on this YouTube and everything is perfect. And sometimes I'm thinking like, she got a little baby and every time she come on or showing her house, it's like sparkling. It's like immaculate. And I'm just like, that is not everybody's reality. Sometimes I'm just so spent and gone at the end of the day. I'm just like, hey, whatever. I'll deal with it tomorrow. You know, I'm tired. I'm not going to put that extra pressure on me. And now I see, I used to be like not a clean freak, but the house was clean before bed. Everything was picked up nice. My room was nice and comfortable. Candles lit. There are times this boy done took out all the clothes and everything. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't have the time. I don't have the energy to deal with that right now. So he sleep. I'm going to let him do what he do. Whatever. The house is quiet. I'm going to bed. You know, or I'll sit up and watch my shows or just catching up on, you know, some me time. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to start vlogging this stuff and showing people like, this is my reality. I have a special needs child, you know, and it is not always easy. And if you have to go in the corner and cry, if you have to take a few moments to just go in the shower, make sure your baby's in a high chair and safe, watching cartoons, TV, or whatever, get that time. This too shall pass. You're going to get through the day and just take it moment by moment, second by second, minute by minute, and just do the best you can do. We are doing the best we can do. And that's all anybody could ever ask. And when you're saying do the best you can do, we're doing the best that we can do. You make adjustments. You're learning along the way. You're growing, new material, new things that you learn and all of that stuff. Look, it is what it is. We're doing the best we can do. And God is with us. He is for us. He will never leave us nor forsake us. Just keep him close. Keep him near. I'm asking that you guys keep mothers in general, mothers with special needs, keep us in prayer. It is not easy. It is not easy. I don't know how some people make it look so easy. Boy, this face, I have not done my makeup since probably my baby's conference. So it's been like almost a week since I've done makeup. So don't let this stuff fool you. It's just that the house is quiet now. The kids are asleep. And I had at least an hour of time to myself to do some makeup and sit in front of this camera and put out a video for my lovely inspirational tea sippers. So don't be fooled. It is not always glitz and glam, baby. I do the best I can, and I make no apologies for it anymore. I used to be so stressed out about it. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. The house have to be this. I had to schedule this, that. Half the time it doesn't even work out that way, and now I'm okay with it. But I've grown. He's what, almost 2 years old, so it's taken time for me to adjust and to get used to my new way of living. And that could be anything: losing a husband, a divorce, you know, adoption, singleness. You know, it takes time to adjust. Forgive yourself, learn, grow. God is with us. You're equipped to handle the situation. And I'm encouraging myself as I'm speaking, because a lot of times I feel like I cannot do this. This is too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. But then I have to say, no, I will not complain. You know, you have to back it up. Lord, you got me. Just give me the strength to get through the day. I need peace. And the Lord will see you through. He's been seeing us through this whole entire time. I know it's hard, but you guys, God is able. You're making it. You're still here to testify. I love you guys with the love of the Lord. I pray that this video taught you something new, or, you know, gave you some encouragement or inspiration. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join my family as we grow, learn, and just continue to inspire. I love you guys. So until the next time, inspire, be inspired. I love you guys. God bless you. Good night.